Hello, we are getting you all the details of a very tragic news that is coming from Gujarat. A suspension bridge, which is originally century old almost, but renovated recently and opened to public just 4 days ago, has collapsed in Morbi. Over 90 people have died. Around 500 people were on the bridge when the collapse happened. The bridge reopened after repair on October 26th, which is just about 4 days ago. As many as 100 are believed to have fallen into the river. The bridge collapsed at 6:42 this evening when around 500 people had congregated on it to perform some rituals in connection with the Chhat Puja. These are the festivities across India, and many of them were gathered on this bridge as well. According to the initial reports that emerged, around 100 people were trapped in the waters of the Machu River. Our reporter has confirmed on the ground, Tanushree Pandey has confirmed that around 200 people are still accounted for. Those numbers, of course, may change. 90 bodies have been recovered. Videos from the spot showed many struggling in the water, trying to reach the bank in darkness. The cable bridge in Morbi was renovated and reopened to the public, as we have been saying again, on October 26th. That's the Gujarati New Year. Renovation happened last week. We are also shocked. We are looking into the matter. The government takes responsibility for this tragedy. Brijesh Merja, Gujarat Minister for Labour and Employment, told NDTV in an exclusive interview. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has spoken to Chief Minister, all top government officials on the ground. In fact, Gujarat Chief Minister himself has already reached the spot of this tragic accident. State Home Minister Harsh Sanghvi has left for Morbi. Several relief teams, whether it be the State Disaster Relief Team or the Fire Brigade, steamers from Rajkot and Kutch, all have been rushed to Morbi. I express my condolences to the families of the citizens who lost their lives in the tragedy of Morbi. The state government will provide 4 lakh rupees to the family of each deceased and 50,000 rupees to the injured, tweeted Chief Minister Bhupendra Patel. A compensation of 2 lakh rupees has been announced from the Prime Minister's National Relief Fund for the families of the victims. Let's quickly get you some reactions. People whom we have political leaders whom we have spoken to earlier.
About evening 6:40, the accident or fly bridge broken. About more than 60, unfortunately, death. Yeah, it is very sad happening for our Morbi. Right now, 17 people are admitted in hospital. They are taking hospitality.
उसको बचाव कार्य भी चल रहा है. अभी तक 60 से ज्यादा डेड बॉडी मिला है. उसमें से बच्चों लोग ज्यादा है, महिला और वृद्ध. बाकी को बचा लिया है. जो बचाने वाला था सबको बचा लिया है. वो बाकी कोई नहीं है. डेड बॉडी ढूंढने के लिए एनडीटीवी का टीम है, फायर ब्रिगेड वाला है, बोट वाला है, प्राइवेट तरवैया भी है. सब लोग वो डेड बॉडी ढूंढने के लिए प्रयत्न कर रहे हैं. दूसरा, जो चेक में तोड़ने के लिए सिंचाई डिपार्टमेंट ना मशीनरी आ गई है. जो पानी बाहर निकाल देंगे तो बाद में मालूम पड़ेगा कितना डेड बॉडी अंदर है.
अभी तो काम बहुत जोर से चल रहा है, लेकिन ये घटना 6:30 बजे घटना घटी है. तो 6:30 बजे ये पुल जो टूटा, तो अभी दिवाली का माहौल था, तो दिवाली में क्या है, सब गेस्ट लोग यहाँ आते हैं, तो ये घूमने की बहुत अच्छी जगह थी. तो सब घूमने आए थे, बहुत छोटे छोटे बच्चे थे साथ में लेके. तो अभी जो घटना में अभी 60 का तो डेड बॉडी निकल चुका है मोरबी सिविल हॉस्पिटल में. तो ज्यादातर छोटे लोग ही थे, बच्चे ही थे.
सभी एक के ऊपर एक, थोड़ा पुल के अंदर ज्यादा लोग होने की वजह से, टूटने की वजह से ये घटना हुई है.
सर, ये क्या पुल बंद था फिर चालू किया गया था, क्या है पूरा मामला?
नहीं, ये चालू ही था, लेकिन आज संडे था ना, इसकी वजह भीड़ की वजह से ये हादसा हुआ है. क्योंकि आज संडे का दिन था और बच्चे लोगों की छुट्टी थी और दीपावली की छुट्टियों का माहौल चल रहा है अभी, क्योंकि घूमने के लिए आए हुए थे. सभी फैमिली साथ में थे करीब.
And now let's straight go to Tanushree Pandey, who joins us. She's on her way to this tragic accident location where a bridge has collapsed, whether it is just tragic accident or it is just about negligence is something that we'll probe. And we had lost a line, but we have Tanushree Pandey back. Tanushree, so you are bringing us some very important information, and the information that you have is that there was no fitness certificate which was received for this bridge.
That's right, Sneha. In fact, Sandeep Singh Zala, who is the Chief of Municipal Corporation of Morbi, he has confirmed to us, in an exclusive interview that the fitness certificate, which is, in another word, it's called the quality check certificate, which is extremely important for any company or trust to be taken, to be procured from the municipal corporation and from the government before they open any infrastructure project open for public. This particular group, Oreva Group, which got the government tender for renovating the Morbi bridge, which collapsed today, they did not take this fitness certificate, and it has been now confirmed to us by the municipal corporation chief himself. He told us on record that Oreva Group did not get a quality check certificate. They did not procure the fitness certificate. They did not give the renovation details which they had to give to the municipal corporation. And and something very interesting, Sneha, that the chief of municipal corporation also told us that even the government officials were not kept in the loop, and they were also not aware of the fact that the bridge has been opened for public after renovation. So clearly, the entire authority and the entire administration right now is, putting the entire blame on this private company, which is Oreva Group, which was given the government tender for renovating this historical bridge, which is 100 years old. But, keeping everything aside, the most important part of information here is that the company did not have a quality check or a fitness certificate from the authorities, from the concerned authorities. Now the question is, who is going to take responsibility for the loss of so many lives, Sneha? Because 91 are confirmed dead, at least 80 are admitted in nearby hospitals with severe injuries, and hundreds of people are still unaccounted for. And what we are picking up from the rescue team, they are telling us that anyone who could have been alive have already been rescued. So unfortunately, and it's a bitter truth, let's hope for the best, but the rescue teams are telling us that they are only now looking for the dead bodies to be recovered. They have also lost hope that anyone, under that river is still alive. So it's a huge tragedy, and most importantly, Gujarat is an election-bound state, and, lots of questions are going to be raised from
Tanushree,
the by the ruling
this is
party.
important information that you're bringing. Let us break this down for our viewers. Essentially, what a reporter on the ground is saying, that a bridge which has a lot of historical relevance, around a century-old bridge, was renovated and opened to public. And as we can see visuals, a lot of people were regular. This is a festival season in Gujarat. Not just in Gujarat, across India. It's the Chhath Puja season. So several people come to this bridge, and we can see when the collapse happened, according to reports, there are around 400 to 500 people who were present on that bridge. So for a bridge like this, there was no fitness certificate that was given. In fact, many would now say we did not even know that it was open, but the fact is that so many people were there on the bridge. So major questions here. Tanushree, so you are going on the location, but will their search and rescue operations, are they even continuing right now, even though the officials are saying it's very unlikely that there may be more, survivors who may be rescued?
Yes, Neha, the rescue operations are on as we speak, and it's going to go on all night. In fact, teams of Army, Air Force and Navy all have swung into action. All of them have reached the spot, and the best swimmers in the state have also reached. Everybody is hoping for the best. They are trying their best to rescue as many people. But as I already mentioned, the rescue teams are saying that they are not, there is a very, very bleak chance of anybody surviving after, it's already been 4 to 5 hours of the incident, and anybody who could have been alive is already been rescued. So even the rescue teams, have lost all hope. But still, the rescue operations are on, because even if there are dead bodies under the sea, those have to be recovered, Sneha.
Well, thank you, Tanushri. You be safe. May your team has a long way to travel now to reach that location. Tanushri, any information on what the situation is at the hospitals? Are there enough hospitals and beds and infrastructure available for those who would be now rushed in large numbers to these emergency centers?
Well, Sneha, once we are on the ground, we'll be personally checking if the medical infrastructure is suffice to even treat so many people with severe injuries. More than 80 people are already, admitted in the nearby hospitals. But we have spoken to the Minister of State, we have spoken to the authorities on the ground, and they are assuring us that best possible treatment is being given to all these 80 people. If the hospitals, in the nearby area, in the Morbi district, are not enough, those people are going to be airlifted from there and going to be rushed to either Kutch or Jamnagar or Bhuj. So that is the update we are getting as of now. But let's hope that all those people who are at least admitted in the hospital, they are safely, they go back home safely.
Well, thank you, Tanushri. Of course, Tanushri also confirming that Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who is in Gujarat, had a lot of programs planned for tomorrow. It's of course an election-bound state as well. He has cancelled his programs for tomorrow, but of course we don't have any confirmation whether he will be going to the spot where this accident happened, or where the bridge collapse happened, or will be going to meet the families per se. We'll keep getting you all the details on this, but now let's quickly take you through the details of this Morbi bridge. It was a private trust named Oreva that renovated the bridge last week after getting the government's tender. According to reports, the bridge had been shut down for 7 months for renovation, and the bridge was reopened on October 26. That's just about 4 days ago. There are allegations that the bridge was reopened without having a fitness certificate. Well, this is not just allegations anymore. Our reporter Tanushri Pandey on the ground has confirmed that the private company Oreva that had taken the measures for renovating this bridge did not give the fitness certificates that were required for this. So that being a major lapse on the part of who, now it will be literally a blame game about who's going to be responsible for this. Yesterday in a video, many people were seen on the bridge, and there are also concerns about how today there were around over 400 people on the bridge when the collapse happened. So in fact, Minister of State Brijesh Merja has said that we are also shocked and looking into the matter, but of course questions as we have been raising about whose responsibility it is that a fitness certificate was not issued or looked into before opening this bridge after renovation for public. It's time for a short break, and on the other side of the break, we'll bring you other news as well. And welcome back. Well, a lot is being spoken about the politics around elections in states like Gujarat and Himachal. Several political parties already in Gujarat, but a lot of criticism from the rival political parties of Congress for a Bharat Jodo Yatra that is still in south of India, specifically in Telangana. A lot of response on the ground though for the Bharat Jodo Yatra, which is being led by Rahul Gandhi. Our colleague Uma Sudhir, who was on the ground of Bharat Jodo Yatra, has spoken to Congress leader Jayaram Ramesh on how does Congress look at this yatra and the response that it is getting.
It's break time for the Yatris on the Bharat Jodo Yatra here in Telangana on day 5. In fact, I have with me Mr. Jayaram Ramesh. All these Yatris resting every day is what? How many hours of walking are you doing?
Well, we did 14 kilometers this morning. It's about 2.5 hours. So today is the 4th day in Telangana and the 53rd day of the Bharat Jodo Yatra. The response has been absolutely phenomenal. Across, from Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka, Andhra and now Telangana.
Telangana, you're doing this at a time when a bipole is on and everyone's focusing all their energies there. And you are distracting away from that election in a sense and getting your leaders to
Bharat
participate.
Jodo Yatra, it's not bipole Jito Yatra. It's not a Chunav Jito Yatra. It's a Bharat Jodo Yatra. And of course, much of the organization is involved in mobilization for the Bharat Jodo Yatra. But the people who have to contest the bipole, the party machinery which has been assigned the responsibility for the bipole, are busy with Munugod. But I don't think you should conflate the Bharat Jodo Yatra with either a bipole or with even Vidhan Sabha elections in Himachal or Gujarat. They are entirely separate. And the Bharat Jodo Yatra's objectives are simply not electoral. It's a political yatra by a political party. It has political objectives. But I don't think election prospects is the be-all and end-all of the Bharat Jodo Yatra.
But your state Congress chief being away from there, certainly, he has already said that we don't have the kind of resources that a BJP or a TRS has here.
No doubt. I mean, I don't want to get involved in a discussion on Munugod, where enormous amounts of money is being invested by the BJP candidate who had been elected on a Congress ticket. So he's one of those migrants, seasonal migrants. But yes, a lot of money is being spent. But personally I know the candidate very well. Palwai Shravanti. And she's a very strong candidate. There's a very significant left influence in that area. So we are expecting to do well, and it's not a cakewalk. But I think the party organization that needs to be involved in the bipole is involved in the bipole. But you're right. I mean, the party leaders are here. But everybody has been assigned responsibilities. And I think the Bharat Jodo Yatra may not have a direct and discernible impact on Munugod, for which the election is being held on the 3rd, but I'm sure it's going to have a very significant impact on the assembly elections whenever it's going to be held.
You pass through Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, both of these states that you have been very closely associated with for a long time now, and yet ever since the formation of Telangana, in fact, the Congress has not done well, and one of your big problems has been, I know you're not wanting to move away from the Bharat Jodo Yatra spirit, which is not electoral as you're saying, but the fact was 12 of them split, went away to another party, and that trust is something. Congress did have a good base here, and even now people say good cadre, and yet the trust that people will stay with the party is...
See, we still have, in my view, 26 to 28% of the vote in Telangana. In Andhra we were decimated, absolute decimation. And that's why the response that the Bharat Jodo Yatra got in Anantapur and Kurnool was pleasantly surprising. We got I think, a super response, considering the fact that we are, less than 2% of the popular vote in Andhra Pradesh. Yes, the Congress paid a very heavy price for the bifurcation, particularly in the state of Andhra Pradesh.
Celebrations of birthday also happening at the same time, it appears. So all these are yatris who have been traveling with the Bharat Jodo from all over the country.
We're all together. Today we started at 5:40 in the morning. So the mornings last till 9, then we relax. Mr. Rahul Gandhi has an interaction at 2 to 3. He meets with civil society, and then we start again at 3, and we end by about 6:30 or 7. So we do about 22 kilometers a day, 21 to 22 kilometers a day.
So he seems to have done a sprint as well this morning along with the other leaders. So everyone's expected. No, I know you didn't sprint, but your leaders are all expected to be.
Absolutely. In Karnataka and Telangana and Andhra, one thing I'll tell you, it will be a fitter Congress at the end of the Bharat Jodo Yatra.
Certainly appears like that. I can't let you go without talking about the big news that's being spoken about, the so-called Poach Gate that's happening, where the allegation of an Operation Lotus kind of an attempt, or Operation Akarsh as you would call it, attempt is happening there. How do you look at it? I mean, ironically, 3 of those were also MLAs who shifted from your party.
Yeah, I mean, this is, for me, the BJP and the TRS are two sides of the same coin. And, they reinforce each other. The management style of the Chief Minister and the Prime Minister, identical. We have the 8th Nizam in Hyderabad. You have Sultan Tughlaq in Delhi. Both believe in political authoritarianism. And, what you're seeing in many ways are variations on a theme. And that's really what we are trying to accomplish to the Bharat Jodo Yatra. That we need to bring about a new political discourse, a new political climate. I mean, you look at the 3 political parties other than the Congress in Telangana. They all give booster doses to each other. The BJP, the TRS, and the MIM. All of them practice the politics of divisiveness. All of them practice the politics of hate and bigotry and prejudice. And the essential message of the Bharat Jodo Yatra is we need to get away from this. We are facing serious problems of economic inequality, of social polarization, political authoritarianism, and this requires us to come together. And things like Operation Lotus, these things will happen. They're part of the election scene because the BJP really wants to win elections at all. I mean, look at this. Look at the elections in Himachal Pradesh. They get a Ram Rahim who on parole, and he's being used in the election campaign. A guy who's who's been jailed. The courts have jailed him, and he's released on parole. And the BJP is trying to take advantage of him in the by-election. I think this is a most cynical way